all centers on something a lot of people probably feel in their gut.
Yeah, we're calling it the gym rat paradox.
Exactly.
It's that, that person who's just absolutely crushing 45 minutes of HI high every single day. Their diet is perfect, but they just cannot shake that stubborn belly fat.
Meanwhile, their friend who just walks their dog for 30 minutes and gets a good night's sleep is somehow leaner. It makes no sense on the surface.
Right, because we're all taught this calories in, calories out model. It's like a bank account. If it's not working, you just aren't grinding hard enough.
But what if that grind set itself is the problem? What if pushing harder is actually sending your body a danger signal?
That's the mission for this deep dive.
Mm.
We're going to unpack why more exercise can signal scarcity to your biology.
And how that kicks off a whole chemical cascade involving cortisol, visceral fat, and this nasty inflammation loop.
So let's start with the basic calorie math, because the work of this one researcher, Herman Poncer, it just completely flips the script on that.
Really blows it out of the water. So Poncer came up with what he calls the constrained total energy expenditure model.
Which basically says there's an upper limit, right? A ceiling on how much energy our bodies are willing to burn.
Precisely. It's like your body has a daily energy salary cap. And if you try to push past it with, another brutal workout...
It doesn't just burn more calories.
No, it starts budgeting, it panics, it starts pulling energy away from other important systems. Think immune function, your reproductive system, even just basic cell repair.
Wow. So you're not actually burning more fat at that point. You're just forcing your body to defund its own maintenance departments to pay for the workout.
You got it. And the hormone that sends out that company-wide memo is cortisol.
Which everyone calls the stress hormone.
Mm-hmm.
But in this context, it sounds more like a rationing hormone.
That's a perfect way to put it. It's a survival signal. When cortisol is chronically high from overtraining, your body isn't thinking, oh, great, we're getting fit.
It's thinking what?
It's thinking, we are running from a saber-toothed tiger every single day, and there must be a famine because we never rest.
And that explains some of those physical signs the research points to, like feeling wired but tired all the time, or having cold hands and feet.
Oh, the cold hands are a huge tell. That is your body literally turning down its internal thermostat to conserve energy because it thinks you're in danger.
Which brings us to the most frustrating part. Why does all this emergency energy get stored specifically around the belly? Why not your arms or your legs?
Location is everything. You have to distinguish between the subcutaneous fat, which is the pinchable stuff right under your skin.
And the other kind.
And the visceral fat. That's the deep internal fat that's packed around your organs.
So it's like protective padding.
Exactly. And from an evolutionary standpoint, that visceral fat is loaded with way more cortisol receptors than other fat cells.
Mm-hmm.
It's chemically designed to grab and hold on to energy when the body perceives a threat.
So when I'm grinding it out to try and get abs, my body is it's prioritizing padding my liver for a famine that isn't even happening.
And it gets even more complicated because visceral fat isn't just sitting there. It's metabolically active. It acts like its own endocrine organ.
Active how? You mean it's secreting things?
Yes. It's pumping out these inflammatory markers, these little proteins called cytokines.
Wait, so the fat itself is actively causing inflammation in your body?
And that systemic low-grade inflammation leads directly to insulin resistance. And when your cells are insulin resistant, your body is primed to do one thing.
Store more fat.
Store more fat.
I see the trap now. Okay, so you overexercise. That raises cortisol. Cortisol tells your body to store visceral fat. That fat then creates inflammation, which makes you insulin resistant, which makes you store even more fat.
That is the inflammation loop. You're trying to sweat out a fire that you are actively fueling with every extra rep.
That is a massive reality check. So if you're stuck in that loop, how do you get out? What's the pivot?
You have to change the signal. Your body doesn't reward punishment, it rewards safety. Fat loss is a biological luxury. It only happens when your body feels safe enough to let go of its emergency reserves.
So it isn't about being lazy. It's about strategically replacing a stress signal with a safety signal.
Exactly. Sometimes swapping that fourth HIIT session for a long walk or just getting an extra hour of sleep does more to lower cortisol than another workout ever could.
It's so counterintuitive, but the science is there. Sometimes doing less is the key.
It's working with your biology, not declaring war on it.
Which leads us to our final thought for you to chew on. If you feel like you are constantly fighting your body, you probably are. So just ask yourself, is my current routine signaling safety to my cells? Or is it screaming starvation?
That's the whole game right there.
Thanks for diving in with us. We'll see you in the next one.